Hi, I'm Bruce with the Wannabe Free channel, and you're watching how I turn a Northern Tools trailer into a DIY overland trailer for car camping. In this video, I'm going to be working on getting the holes drilled and aligned for mounting the base of the box to the trailer. Remember, there was on my last video I talked about 6 bolt heads that were sticking up, so I need to drill some recessed holes so that those can go up into the bottom of the trailer. And then hopefully I'm going to be getting the side rails glued and screwed to the base and mounted so I can flip the thing over and get the bottom painted. So let's get to it. So this is what the bolt heads look like, where I drilled that recessed hole. Now between these lines, that's where the side rails are going to be bolted or screwed and glued on there. So this hole won't go all the way through into the inside of the trailer, but it lets that board set down flat. They're sticking up about 1/4 of an inch, so I needed some sort of a recess. So now I need to take my super short pencil and crawl up underneath and mark the 5 holes that are going to be used for the bolts that'll go down through and bolt the floor to the trailer. And the bolts are going to go through the 2x2 in the base of the wall, down in through the floor, through the trailer, and then get a nut and a washer on the bottom side. So it's important that these are lined up. So I'm trying not to move it. I'll crawl underneath there and get all these holes drawn and then flip it over and drill the holes out. Got the bottom painted and the rest of the vent built. So I got that all on there painted. It's painted down inside. It's kind of hard to see. I can lighten that up a little bit. Anyway, 2 coats of good outdoor house paint. And now I'm working on the wiring. I've got the sides actually screwed on there as well, screwed and glued on there. And this is sitting, of course, as you can tell, upside down right now. Just blocked up on the gravel where I painted it. And what I need to do now is finish up this wiring on the trailer before I set this back on there and bolt it down. Here's one of my bolt holes. I drilled 4 of them, 2 on each side and then 1 in the center. And then of course this is the recess for these bolt heads to fit up in there. So it'll sit flat across the top of the trailer. Last video I showed you the bottom and how I've got it all painted with 2 coats of exterior house paint. And then I flipped it over and put it back on the trailer. Got all my bolt holes lined up. I still need to tighten the 5 bolts that are going to hold the box to the trailer down, but anyway. Here's one of the tail lights. You can see I've removed the shelf, and that's it down there working like a wheel chock right now. I was bummed to have to cut those off, but in order to mount these tail lights the way they come on the trailer kit, this is how I had to do it. I considered putting a bracket up on the side of the box and mounting the tail lights that way, but I thought it would be more solid and more sturdy if I just used the brackets that came with it and mount them to the side of the frame with the nice heavy-duty bolts that they supplied. So that's the way I've done it. I've just lost the shelves off of the back, both sides behind the fender. I still have the shelf on the front, and I still have a plan for that, which I'll show you later on. Sometimes it seems like this project is just never going to get completed. There is so much to do. I didn't anticipate this much work, but that's usually how my projects go anyway. But this is what it looks like with the box and the sides. I've got a temporary strap across the top just to kind of hold that square until I get some more parts built for it. But just give you a little bit of a walk around here. Same type deal here on this side. And I painted part of the sides up to the fender area that I won't be able to access once I have it permanently mounted on the trailer, which it basically is. So here's the front and the business end, which is where I'm doing a lot of work. I built some framework here over the top of that hole, which is the vent hole. You can see the structure that I built down below that. That'll get my vent cover on top of it. And I've got 2 sliding rails laid out here. These are going to be for the shelf slider for the refrigerator. These are capable of holding 100 pounds. And they're full extension. This is what I bought. I bought these at my local Menards hardware store. But I'll put a link to some that I found on Amazon and put that in the description of my video below of the parts I used to build the trailer. And they appear to be exactly the same. So if you're interested in that, I'll put those on my Amazon store and then in the link in the description for you. But these are going to mount. These are 2x4s that I cut, glued and screwed, and they are rock solid. They're the strongest part of the trailer. But these sliders are going to get mounted. They're going to rest on top of the framework there, and then be screwed to that 2x4, and that'll supply the support for the shelf. Now these sliders alone are capable of holding 100 pounds. My refrigerator is 42 pounds empty. The Dometic said 50, so I think that'll be adequate. I just need to find a way to secure the refrigerator to the shelf, and then find a way to secure the shelf on the closed position for travel. So some challenges definitely to think about. I had quite a few people commenting. Hopefully I'm not holding my hand over the microphone on this camera. Sorry about that if I am. About the refrigerator vents, clearing the batteries so the batteries aren't blocking the refrigerator vents. Definitely a concern and something to be considering while I'm doing this. And then securing the batteries and the refrigerator, pretty much any component, anything that I put in this trailer, because these small trailers, even a large trailer, but especially these small lightweight trailers, can bounce quite a bit when you're going down a rough road. So I'm thinking of ways to contend with that situation, and hopefully I'll be able to come up with a solution to that problem and make it strong enough to be able to withstand that.